we suddenly found ourselves walking off the street into what I perceived was a Lutheran church. And I thought, well, this is interesting. And people were coming in for gathering for a service, and they were dressed casually. And I was looking at, wow, they're getting people to come in here. And I was kind of feeling a little envious, because, we want to see people come in too. We know what it's like to just have a few. And when we go from a few to what we have now, trust me, my wife and I are like thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled. But so in this dream, I was kind of feeling a little bit of that, just a little, not stumbling amount, but I was standing there in the midst, and as they were gathering, there was like layers of, how a choir can have tiers that they stand on, and it's kind of like that's what they were doing. Over to my left and over to my right, they were just standing up, and they began to sing, and my eyes focused on this one guy, and actually, Dexter, you look a whole lot like him. That's amazing that you walked in here today, because the guy was dressed just like you and looked just like you. It just really stood out to me. You're a worshiper. This guy was a worshiper. Amen. And but anyhow, what they were singing was Gloria. And what really amazed me was the gusto of how they sang. They were like, Gloria! That's what the guy like you was doing. Gloria! And I thought, man, they're really into this. And I remember looking at the, the old-time wooden plaques where they announced the hymns of the day. Some of you may not have been raised in...
Yeah.
Some churches, old churches, used to have, either side of the pulpit, there'd be wooden plaques, and there'd be hymn number 492.
Oh, yeah.
And then 738, and then concluding at 1-2, and whatever. And then everyone would know to turn to that hymn, Well, I saw those plaques, and I seemed to recognize this Lutheran minister, former minister, that I knew years ago. And what stood out to me is he said, you can invite your families. You can invite your families. And as I stood there, I remember I had something in my hand, food, and I wanted to eat it, And so I'm standing in the midst of all this going on. I said, I'm going to eat this. And I looked down in my hand, and I was holding candy. And it was 2 chocolate Christmas trees. Little chocolate Christmas trees. And I just grabbed one of them. That's pretty good stuff. And it was on a little white, how sometimes candy has a white cardboard protector, So I was holding that. And so I ate that chocolate in the midst of all this stuff. And I then woke up. So I thought, I get my phone, I better type this out. I will never remember this in the morning. So I know when you get something from God, you should try to type it out so you don't forget it. If it takes time to show it, you ought to write it down. That's what Habakkuk was told, write the vision down. Amen. So I can say after I woke up, I had this awareness of like this Christmas in July thing, and then about the idea of eating that chocolate, how sweet it is. Amen. So the next day, I go to the prayer tent, and here's where I see signs of confirmation about that dream that I had just hours before that. And when I was at the prayer tent, somebody brought a Christmas bear. So I thought, isn't that interesting? Because I was just thinking, I just had a dream about that. And then I noticed this little Christmas bear was wearing a shirt with a Christmas tree on it. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I was just dreaming about that last night. And of course, the little bear, it had written on the back, "It's a Wonderful Life," which is the movie, you know, if you've ever seen it, The Wonderful Life. So, let me, I have the bear here, but I took a picture of it. I'm going to see if you can see it. It was on there, wasn't it? Yeah. There he goes. So, what I don't know, you know, I dream of that Christmas thing, and it's July, and I have that Christmas tree, and then here comes this little bear under this prayer tent. And let's see if I can go. Yeah, there it is. So, It's a Wonderful Life is on the back. So I wanted to take him, but they wouldn't let me, but they promised to bring him today. So here's a little bear. Take a look at that bear. Pass that bear around.
5-pointed gold star.
So, what's that?
5-pointed gold star on the top of the tree.
5-pointed gold star on top of the tree. Yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, to me, you know, I've heard said from another prophet that when God gives you a dream, usually within the next 24 hours you'll see signs to confirm that He gave it to you because He knows what's about to happen. So I know that's not coincidental that I would have a dream about that, and all of a sudden there's a Christmas bear, and I was thinking about Christmas and eating a Christmas tree, and it showed up in the midst of the tent, and I thought, wow, that's interesting. So then, while we're at the tent, they have these crosswalk little plastic guards with little flags hanging on it, so traffic would slow down, not hit people that are walking. It says slow on it. You probably saw it on the slide. Yeah. Well, I've seen them there, guys, time and time again, because we go out every Saturday. But what really jumped out at me, I said, you got to be kidding me. And there, hanging on the flagpole, below the flag, was a Christmas stocking. Oh, well, how odd is that? And then, yeah, Gail's very excited. It was on there too. And then I looked to the one to my left, and that also had a Christmas stocking hanging on that one. But the ones in the distance didn't. Just the two that surrounded our tent. That caught my attention. I said, okay, something's going down here. So I'm going to show you a picture of that too. Sure. I'll give you a chance there. So there you can see that's on the one side there.
How they got there. We didn't see anybody put them on. It was amazing. And there was 2 of them. Wow.
So I had to walk up, put my hand on it, and go, what is up with this? It just doesn't make sense, does it? Why would you put a Christmas stocking?
In July. The very week that he...
The very week, I have that dream, and somebody has it on there.
Yeah. In July.
And I had to point to it.
Alright. That's the last Saturday in July, too.
Alright, so then a Christian man walks up later and he hands me his business card. And I was startled when he handed me his business card because it has chocolate on it. And he sells chocolate, what he called healthy chocolate, if there is such a thing. I mean, I think it's healthy, but no, it's good. But it has vitamins in it and stuff like that. But he handed me his card. He said, here's my business card. So it says, get paid dollars to give away chocolate. It's a sweet business. So it's a chocolate cupcake and a chocolate candy on there. And I thought, now I was just dreaming about eating chocolate hours before. and Christmas and all that. And I'm thinking, this is amazing. This is amazing. So I took a picture of that.